Hello everybody, this is Stephen Whitfield with Drilling Contractor, and we are here at the 2024 IADC Annual General Meeting in San Antonio, Texas. And to my side right here is Doug Sheridan of EnergyPoint Research. He gave a presentation here at the AGM about the energy transition. Gave a lot of really interesting sort of facts and figures. Maybe we won't go over every single fact and figure he gave, but we'll talk about a little bit about what he had to say and where we're kind of going here in the future. It'll be pretty interesting. So Doug, thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure.
So you brought up basically 6 key points that we need to sort of look at when talking about the energy transition. Now, if we were to go over all of them, we might be here for 35 minutes. So maybe we'll go over a couple of them that I thought were particularly interesting. One of the things you brought up in terms of how we're sort of measuring the progress of the transition is our overall societal reliance on fossil fuels. And you kind of gave some interesting points on where we are and how we've progressed on that. Can you kind of share that with our audience? Where do you think we've kind of moved over the last few years and maybe even moving into the future on our reliance on fossil fuels?
I think the answer to the question is we have not made that much progress. If you look at the term of net zero, it would certainly imply something less than what we've got right now. The EIA shows that fossil fuels continue to represent a pretty large portion of the primary energy mix. It's currently at 81%, and it was just at 84% in 2005. So not a lot of progress if you're looking for a big change.
Well, and then the flip side of our reliance on fossil fuels is the capability of green energy. And you had some pretty sobering sort of numbers on that one, and maybe we'll go over that a little bit in high-level detail here. But can you tell us about where you think that capability or those capabilities have progressed?
So the great breakdown for renewables is the reliability. And so we've got a system that it's a must deliver always system 24/7, and renewables simply can't do that. And whether it's wind or energy, you can't. There are a few of the incumbents on the hydro side, but as a general rule, that is the Achilles heel, and you're not going to be able to get around it. Where we need better technology, and it's going to take decades to get there.
Well, and then also when we talk about the energy transition, big elephant in the room is greenhouse gas emissions, and sort of go over that a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit about where we are with that?
So if you were to look at the greenhouse emissions curve and looking at the concentrations in the atmosphere, it is almost imperceptible that we've done anything. And so that is, in essence, the bogey, along with global temperatures. That, too, is showing very little sign of actually responding to any efforts that we're doing. And so it's hard to really give any credit to these efforts that we're making, especially given the fact that we are spending so much money, not only in America, but globally.
Well, when you think about it now, we're moving into this sort of future. Some people might call it the low-carbon future, although we'll see where we are with everything. But the question that this audience here at this meeting, and probably for all of our viewers would want to know, is where does the oil and gas industry, where does drilling fit in with whatever future we're moving towards? Where do you see that happening?
So my message to the broader industry, including the drilling industry, is you will continue to have careers for an extended period of time. Oil and gas is going to remain a vital contributor to the economy, not only in terms of sort of base contribution, but we will be contributing to the growth in the economy for decades to come. Drilling has always made itself a place in the industry because they continue to improve from some of the greatest innovations we've seen both offshore and onshore, and that just needs to continue, and the industry will be fine if it does.
Well, Doug, thank you for giving us some of your thoughts here on where we're going with this future that might be certain, might be uncertain. We'll see where everything goes, but it's interesting to hear your perspective. Thank you.
It's been my pleasure.
And thank you for visiting Drilling Contractor.